Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where it's time for another last week in Warhammer. So this is looking back at the week of the 13th of January, so this is running from January 13th to January 17th, excluding the LVO reveals, which I will tag my reaction to the preview at the end of this video. And there was some incredible things shown off. Like, genuinely, it might be one of the best previews that I have seen in the last few years. It was a little bit of something for everyone, I think, and the balance was right, and they even had so many reveals that they didn't show them all off. But I get into all of that in my reveal, which will be tagged on at the end, so stick around. If you enjoy this, please do check that out. We go through the full live stream and all of the articles on WarCom for things that aren't covered. So check that out afterwards, because technically that is part of this week, but it's also a special thing. You know how they do these big reveal streams. So with that out the way, how about we jump straight into the Rumour Engine, which is always going to be our first article. So this is the 14th of January. It's Falcon, right, from the MCU. They're bringing Falcon in. They've got a new... Oh no, there's already a Marvel game, isn't there? So they haven't got the rights to Marvel. So what else could this be? It's obviously a wing. It's obviously something that flies. Could it be... Oh, I mean, we're still waiting for the Sanguinary Guard to be remade. They could do with an update. I'm going to say this is the Sanguinary Guard. Let me know what you think in the comments. And speaking of new models and reveals, we have our Heresy Thursday, so this is the flip side, and it is pretty much a mirror image of last week's Loyalist Herald console. We have the Traitor Herald console. You can see him there with the Eye of Horus, which I believe, having read through the article, is just a symbol of all the Traitor Legions as well as the Sons of Horus. But yeah, there's not really a huge amount to say on this one. There's no prosthetics, because the last one, the Loyalist one, has an incredibly well sculpted prosthetic leg. In this guy, he's got a Joker-esque scarred face. I quite like it. I'm not sure about the hairstyle, but you know, Traitor's gonna do traitorous things. There's not a huge amount to say about this. I love the power axe. I'm really starting to get a real feeling for power axes. And I think I may have to start bringing power axes into my 40k armies, because they are so cool. I have to say, it's a completely mirrored stance. Yes, the weapons are different, there's subtle differences. And this one, I much prefer that helmet. I think that helmet is incredible. I prefer that mark of armor. I like the extra little chainmail bits on it as well. I think I prefer this model, except the prosthetic leg, which was just amazing from last week. So there we go, there's a bit of a closer picture. I really do like that axe. I think there's just a little bit more going on. Obviously the previous one we can see there in the top right. He has a sash, but he's also painted yellow, which is a massive detractor. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say. I like it. It does exactly what you expected it to do. It's not a bad model, but there's nothing special about it, especially on the back of all the LVO reveals. And there's just a few other options of it painted slightly differently for other chapters. It is a Forge World resin model. It will be available soon. Yeah, there's not a lot to say. Let me know what you think, and really the only question is, which do you prefer, the Loyalist or the Traitor? I think I'm going to go Traitor on this one. And another super quick new model reveal, although this is third-party licensing deal and not Games Workshop. JoyToy are doing Neve and the Blacktalons from Blacktalon, the stars of the Age of Sigmar animated show on Warhammer Plus. I really like that show. And season 2 is coming really, really soon, I believe. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I've heard good things about the JoyToys. I think they look very good. Look, I was a kid in the 80s, right? Late 80s, early 90s. Action figures were just better than they are now. They had, as standard, a tiny 3.75 inch action figure, had about 24 points of articulation. Why does that not happen anymore? Toys were just cooler in the 80s and 90s, but I think that JoyToy, yeah, okay, this is 40k, Heresy, or Age of Sigmar. but I just think that JoyToy capture that 80s and 90s action figure vibe really well. He's awesome. I really liked his character. I really like his model. There's a bit of a Geralt vibe going on. Yeah, I like these. I wouldn't buy them. That looks like that pops up. Oh, you see, that's something else that modern toys don't tend to do. The crossbows fold in. That's a nice touch. And then the weird water elf, she creeps me out. She's really freaky. I'm looking at these and I'm getting He-Man vibes. And I guess that's why I like Age of Sigmar. But it's Masters of the Universe. Alright, they've got armor on. Yeah, these are cool. I wouldn't buy them, but I've heard that the JoyToy stuff is amazing. They are really nice collector pieces. I think that if this is how they turn up, the painting is done, the color schemes are really solid, lots of accessories. Yeah, they're pretty cool. There's not much more that I can say about them. They will be coming soon. In fact, they're up for pre-order right now. And if you pre-order them from the Warhammer merch store, which I always forget is a thing, you get a free t-shirt. And that's the first JoyToy reveal of 2025. Stay tuned for more later in the year. Yeah, let me know what you think. And I suppose I'm interested to know if you've got any of the JoyToy stuff. Like you can see here, they've got Sanguinius, they've got Horus. They have some really cool characters. The lion, the 40k returned Primarch lion. He looked really good. But these are just, they're nice. Let me know if you've got one. Let me know what you think. Blacktalons are coming to a JoyToy shop near you, I guess. And following on from last week, we have a little bit more on Return to Cadia, so we have a proper trailer. I'm not going to run through it here, but do check it out. It was really good. It is coming to Warhammer. It says Warhammer TV, but it means Warhammer Plus. It's coming next week, so that probably means next Wednesday. And it really just builds on the horror vibes that the first teaser trailer really gave us. The animation looks solid. Characters look interesting. It is Shock Troops, not Kazakin. For some reason, they've been sent back to Cadia, and next week we'll find out why. But they also have a little breakdown of Cadia and Kazakin and a little bit of history. Really, really cool pictures. I love that piece of artwork. We saw that last week. That's amazing as well. The 40k artwork is usually just incredible. That is so nice. So nicely done. And these are iconic as well. You got a Cadian Shock Trooper there, and then the Unbroken Kazakin, who is he was a Warhammer Plus exclusive model. Yeah, just iconic artwork. Really, really nice. And for those that don't know and want to know more before the Return to Cadia, there's a little bit about Cadia here as well. Another iconic piece of artwork there. 40k artwork is just amazing, isn't it? So Return to Cadia next week. I would really like to do reviews for these. I don't know how I'd do it, and I wouldn't be showing them off. Maybe I'd be talking about it, or we'd have stills, or I don't know. We'll see. But at some point I would like to review the Hammer and Bolt stuff, because generally they're pretty good. So yeah, if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know in the comments. And check out the trailer. All these articles are linked in the description below, so you easily jump to WarCom and check it out. Next up, and you can really tell that we're running low on reveals, they've obviously been keeping a lot back for LVO, and justifiably so. Yeah, there's the some of the dates, I don't think this is all of them, but some of the dates for the 2025 US Open Series, and the next World Championships of Warhammer and Grand Narrative event is all teased here. So for the US Open, we have 3 new dates. We have Dallas, Texas, 22nd to the 25th of March 2025. Obviously. Tacoma, Washington, 17th to the 20th of July. And then Atlanta, Georgia, 6th to the 9th of November. This is for the World Championships and the Grand Narrative. I'm not a competitive player, I'm not really a tournament player, but I'd love to go to a tournament. I'd love to go to something like this. And finally, because we really are scraping the barrel this week, and I see this article as a joke. Because this model is a complete joke. It's completely pointless. Even though they have added a gun to it, they did a complete guide to the Arvus lighter. What is it and how to use it? I'm not going to read through this, but the full-size plastic kit for the Solar Auxilia in Heresy is available to pre-order this weekend. We covered that on our Sunday preview last week. They say it's a flying box. We lovingly call it a shit box. This is the 30k Corsa. It's just... yeah. I just don't understand it. It is still a thing in 40k, by the way. Yeah, it's just a thing, and it can carry 12 models. It can transport. It does have a guy hanging out the back with a multi-laser. It is just a multi-laser, but rules will be available in PDF form for free if you are going to run this with your Solar Auxilia. They'll be available on WarCom, and I'm sure we'll cover them as a tertiary glance in one of these Last Week in Warhammer videos in the future. So yeah, will you be picking up the Arvus lighter to complete your Solar Auxilia army? Because everybody needs at least 3, right? That has been Last Week in Warhammer for the 13th to the 17th of January 2025. And let me know which articles stand out for you. Please do stick around, because in the end credits there will be a link to the Las Vegas Open preview, and it was immense. It's over an hour long of me reacting to the reveals, both the live stream and the WarCom stuff. That's why this video is a little bit quieter. Not a huge amount. We'll be back, hopefully we'll be back. I mean, you never know with WarCom. We'll be back next week with a little bit more, so stay tuned for more Last Week in Warhammer and Warhammer content in the future over here on Toad Rolls Dice. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.